Hello, Dr.
Hello.
Varia.
Hi, Reshma. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our GEG Ahmedabad and Pune Saturday session. So today was very exciting. We just had another session with a teacher from Philippines, Teacher Buin, with Edpuzzle. If you missed it, go back to the channel and you can view the session. And now we have another exciting session for you today, which is Padlet. And Dr. Varia, you just want to talk about what GEGs are for all our new joinees?
Yeah. So for those who are joining with us for the first time, GEG stands for Google Educator Group, and we and myself and Dr. Reshma, we represent GEG Ahmedabad and GEG Pune, which is a GEG group. It's a community of educators where we collaborate, we learn from each other, and we have every Saturday we have this kind of professional development sessions where we have experts joining in from different parts of the world. And today also we have got very good such passionate educator with us, Ms. Dimple Rana. Welcome, ma'am.
Hello.
Yeah. So Reshma, would just introduce Dimple with the audience, please.
Yes. So welcome, Dimple ma'am, and thank you for giving your time to help educate and share your expertise with our audience. So Dimple is an educator from Oberoi International School, Mumbai. And Dimple has been a PIP educator for past decade and has been using Google tools in her teaching since then. But we were just talking to Dimple on the backstage, and she has amazing portfolio and lots of digital badges that she would like to tell about. So Dimple, you can take over and please introduce yourself.
All right. Hello, everybody. Good evening. Good morning to some of you. Good afternoon, wherever you are joining from. I would begin with thanks, many thanks to Dr. Varya and Ms. Reshma for initiating this and giving us a platform as educators, giving us a platform to present and share and collaborate with each other, because I'm truly humbled. Thank you so much. I would also like to thank all of you guys for being here. I know it's a Saturday evening and tomorrow is a weekend again. So thank you very much for coming in. All right. So I actually have displayed my portfolio here to motivate you all to look forward to these badges or certificates that I earned in my break time, or in whenever possible for me. So these are all free. These are online, very limited amount you need to spend on these, but they're really awesome. Some of them I would want you to notice Google Educator level 1 and level 2. So please go ahead, do that. It will help you to, brush up your tech skills with students, because in this pandemic, our children are way far more ahead than us, right? There's another tool that we use to create e-portfolios for a student called Seesaw. Some of you might be aware of it. If not, maybe go back, look for it. It's a fantastic tool your school can use for portfolios. So Seesaw Pioneer is a basic course that you can start with. Common Sense Educator is another one that will help you actually to talk about student well-being. It talks about the safety of children online, which is such a big issue. So it is really very important. I would recommend all educators doing online learning, or maybe if you're a parent, just go ahead and know more about Common Sense. It's really amazing. Being an Apple distinguished school, our school motivated us to go forward with this training of Apple teacher, and that's how then I went ahead. I learned more about the Apple device, and then I achieved this certificate of Apple teacher as well. And these are some of the tools that I explored, and I tried to then learn more about it. And that's how then I got Neopod certification, I got Epic certification, and there is this teaching course platform called Coursera. They have loads of PD sessions. You can choose the one that you think is relevant to you. I'm sure you will find one for yourself. I found one for Padlet because I thought I'm coming up and talking about Padlet. So let me go ahead and assess myself. So that's how I earned another certificate there. All right. Okay. Thank you guys for coming in once again. And let's move on with our Padlet
Before,
session.
sorry to
Yes,
interrupt,
sir.
Dimple. Before
Yes.
we just move on with the next slide, your presentation,
Yes.
I would just comment this. This is really inspiring to learn from you about
Thank
various
you.
kind of certifications. I mean, we weren't aware of so much of certifications. Yes, but due to pandemic, there has been a lot of technological blast. But
Right.
it's really nice to learn that many of these certifications are free, and
Right.
the teachers must definitely try it out in their free
Yes.
time, and they're easy to fetch. So
Yes.
once again, congratulations to you for having
Thank
such a
you.
marvelous portfolio and inspiring all
Thank
of
you.
us for this achievements. So
Thank
remember,
you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
we will be backstage. Just give us a call. Any questions that come in, me or Dr.
Sure.
Varia will pop in and ask you the questions from audience.
Definitely. Definitely.
So,
Glad to take them up.
thank you.
Thank
Please
you.
continue.
please
All
continue.
right. Okay, don't forget everybody to follow me on Twitter. I'm very active on Twitter as an educator. This is my Twitter profile. Maybe I'll share it with you guys in a bit. My Twitter handle is @DimpleR49965975. Okay. Now moving further, Padlet. This pandemic has actually got us into this learning from home model, and it had so many positive things that I learned for myself, and I try to bring it up in my teaching learning, and I'm sure you all must have done as well. But there is also another side to the coin. I had weird times as well, like when I think back about this year I did in my learning from home journey, there were so many challenges that came up. So I was just thinking of, let me check with you guys. So in the chat, just please be free to share and bring up that challenge that you faced in your online learning. And Ms. Reshma and Dr. Varia, if you could help me with some of the thoughts that are popping up, that are coming up, which are common across with the educators, that would be so amazing.
Sure.
So in the chat, we're talking about, as educators, what challenges did you face in this online learning?
Yeah. So there's a good question from our mentor to all the viewers today. What challenges are we facing in these times for remote teaching learning as an educator? So just kindly post it in the chat.
So feel free to write down a word or a sentence, those who are attending.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the meantime, Dimple, we may continue with the presentation. So just as we get the feedback, we'll just
definitely. Okay, so let the thoughts flow in the chat. But let me tell you that one of my biggest challenge that I faced in my online learning was collaboration. And there were so many different areas where we had to collaborate. Like we had to collaborate with parents for a lot of meetings. We had to collaborate with children in our classes because we want them to talk, we want them to interact. We collaborate, we had to collaborate across teams. We also had to collaborate between our families, right? Because being the pandemic situation, we couldn't move out. So then there were so many tools that actually came up my way to help students to collaborate in my class, because I always wanted them to be active listeners, active speakers in the class, and share ideas, share their expressions, their emotions. But in those tools, the struggle that I had was that all the time they happen to delete each other's material, their ideas, anything that was posted up. And then maybe after 20 minutes, somebody or the other would come up and say, Miss, my work is deleted by somebody, or my work is not being uploaded, or something, and that Control Z option was all the time that I had to tell children, please, everybody try Control Z, let it come up. And that was the biggest issue until I came across this amazing tool called Padlet. Okay. This is a very easy tool. It's available online as well as it is on the app. You can install the Padlet app for Apple or for Android on your phone, but I recommend you to use the website because it's so user friendly that you don't need an app on your device actually. And the best part is that Padlet can be used by students and teachers to post their notes on a common page. And this is how a Padlet looks like. Let me just share one. So this is the page of the Padlet, and you can upload your thoughts through post-its on it. Okay. Now, I'm going to share this in the chat, the website link for you to come onto this particular link. Miss Reshma, could you just share that with everybody?
Sure. So it is the Padlet, just the Padlet.com. Yeah, I did share that. And since I'm here, I just wanted to let you know that we got a lot of responses on the challenges that the teachers are facing. And you pointed out the most difficult challenge or the most important thing. But if I can just read out a couple of them to you.
Definitely. Yeah.
Teachers were talking about tools for teaching, how to collaborate, how to connect with students, as well as how to offline interact with students, like asynchronous learning, which is something that I think Padlet is going to help us with.
Yes, definitely.
Yes, we do have issues with connectivity. We do have issues with data sharing and uploading work. So I think you took up the right topic, and exactly you will be overcoming the challenges that teachers are facing.
Wonderful. So I'm glad that we are all here because a lot of these queries were solved for me, and I'm glad that I would be able to help you guys. And there's one more thing that I would like to inform, that users do not need to sign up to use the Padlet, right? Like if I share this introduction Padlet with you all, you don't need to sign up to respond to this. However, as a teacher, it is always good to encourage your children to use their school accounts or accounts with their school domains if they have. Like I know most of the schools from grade 3 onwards give students the school domain email addresses. Otherwise, if they're using their parents' email address, is not an issue. They can directly respond to the Padlet without even signing in. Signing in would just help you to track which student has written what response. All right. And, then it becomes much more easier as an educator for you to follow up in the class. All right. Okay.
Perfect. We can continue. I shared the link padlet.com.
Yes.
And I'll be right here.
Yes. Thank you so much. All right. So those who are there on the padlet.com, and if you think you're a very good tech expert and you can sign up on your own, you can go ahead and try that out. But if you think that, oh, no, I am not that confident, then just wait back. I'm going to take you through some of these slides to help you to learn how to access this tool. All right. So that is the first thing that we're going to look at. The next, we're going to look at the types of Padlets and what are the different themes and how we can use them. And I'm going to share some ideas how I have used it. Then we're going to generate some ideas from your end. What are you guys thinking? And let's all come together to, share more innovative ideas. Then at the end, we're going to try to create our own Padlets and then reflect on what we've learned and how was it. Okay. All right. So if you are here, you see the sign up for free option. So you go on to the sign up for free, and that's where then since you're a new user, if you think, oh, I have used Padlet before, then you can use the login option over there. And just type in the chat if you think you're stuck, you're not able to, and we're here to support you and take you with us in this journey. All right. So sign up for free is where you're clicking. And then you will see these options. If you think you're very confident with your Apple account, passwords and everything, you can use that. But I recommend Google because then it allows you to have a lot of collaboration with your other things that are there on the drive. If you are using Microsoft, these are the only 3 email addresses that it so far gives access to. So you'll have to choose any one of these. All right. If not, then you enter your email below, your password below, and then you sign up. Now, if you've been using multiple accounts, you might get confused. But for me, I have my school Padlet account and my personal Padlet account. So I am going to choose my personal account over here because I am not right now presenting to my school. All right. And I'll talk about my school account as well in some time. Now, this is something that you must be seeing. So far, so good. Everybody's with me. Okay. If anything comes up, just pause me. I'll stop and we can go back and forth on this. Okay. So you click on basic for now. Now, there is one limitation that in your basic account, you will only have access to creating 3 Padlets. But I love Padlet so much. What I do is I don't want to pay for creating a paid account. So I download my Padlets that I've created. And then I delete those Padlets. I save it. Like you can, I'll show you the options that you can save them as PDF, image, or CSV. There are a lot of options. Okay. And then you can also sign up for a pro account, which we'll talk about it in the next one, which I think is a good idea for schools or for an organization, or if you think you have a family of 15 members, okay, and you all want to talk to each other and share a lot of things. So I think then you just need to pay 120 per month or just spend around 1,000 rupees per year and you'll get access to unlimited Padlets, which is so amazing. So, okay, let's go further. So you're on our basic membership now. So let's go. Let's click on it. And hooray, we're all here. And you would see something like this. You would see that there's already a Padlet that is created for you over here. Okay. So don't worry about that. If you want to just start with the one which is created for you, it may look different. Don't worry. You can begin with that, or you can go ahead and start making a Padlet using the red option. But note over here that you can see Oberoi International School up there. And I see that because my school has helped me to sign up with a school paid account. Okay. So if you think, oh, even I want that, so just go to upgrade and then it will take you through the, payment slides and everything, and you can pay. And that's pretty simple to follow. Okay. All right, we're just around time. That's good. Okay, make a Padlet. Now, let's try to explore this. So far, everybody is here with me. So, let's try to make it a little more fun, just like how I do it with my kids in class. Okay, so just have fun now. Just pause for a minute. If you are on your Padlet, just relax because we're going to have some fun exploring these themes. Okay, now the themes, make sure that you keep this tab open because you might need them when I'm taking you through the examples that I have used in my class, and I'm going to ask you to guess which one of those it is. Okay, and you're going to express that in the chat. And again, I would need help, either Reshma ma'am or Dr. Varya, if you could shout out the thoughts that are coming up in the chat to guess which slide, which theme are we talking about. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 option, guys. Keep your eyes on this wall on your Padlets. Okay, the first example is this one. Which type of Padlet theme are we talking about here? What is the chat saying?
Yeah, so Dimple ma'am, can you switch the tab again, because some of them are on the cell phones. So if you can just show the example and then switch it back, we'll try to guess.
Sure.
And is it possible for you to enlarge the screen a little bit? Zoom in?
No.
Okay, no problem.
No.
So, so feel free to put it in the chat.
Yeah. Wall, stream, grid, shelf, back channel, map, canvas, timeline.
Okay, some of them are saying wall, some of them said 2. Which one was the second one?
Okay, so now this one is the shelf one. Okay,
the answer is changed. Yeah, the answer is changed. It went back to 1. and wall. So chat is interesting. It is fun to read the
nice.
chat.
Okay, just keep the thoughts flowing. Okay, guys, it's really fun to learn this way, and you'll remember it for a longer time. I'll show you some more examples of shelf. Okay, so here was my reflection that my students did, and you see, I have added my students' names up there as shelves, so that my students' thoughts are all aligned in one shelf. Okay, this is another way how I use shelf, and this is my most favorite one. Okay, so we did space exploration in class, and I put up, you see dates over there. These are different strategies that we use to explore. Okay, and these were the assignments that they had to do on that particular day. So you see how I've used the shelf to track my lesson. So my entire lesson is planned in these shelves. The
so
next one I use,
but because there are a couple of questions, the educators are getting confused with the shelf view and the wall view.
Yeah, so next when I reach to the wall, I think it's going to be more clear.
Okay,
so
sounds good.
Right now I thought I'll just share some examples that I could relate with this kind of Padlet theme. Okay, so it has been used for tracking the lesson itself. So if you want to just progress your lesson, it can be used as your team planning slide as well. Your Padlet could be your team planning. You could also put up centers. You see, center 1, center 2. So there are different centers, and we gave a choice to students as to which center you want to explore. And they went on, and you see the comments down, like some of them have responded in comments. So that's where then I know if students are working on the centers or they're not on the centers. So it's really amazing. So that's the reason why you actually need to ask them to sign up. The student who wasn't signed up, you see over there, anonymous is there. So I'll just take my pointer over there. You see anonymous. So then we went back to class. We asked, hey, who didn't sign up from their school account? Please go back, sign up to your school account, and then respond. No? So then there was another thing where I gave them a research task. I put them into groups, and then I asked them to read a particular book and then share their thoughts. And I have added group members' names as well. So, then again, they don't come back asking, Miss, I am with whom? Or, what am I supposed to read? I have even attached the link for the book over there, which I'll show you how in maybe a couple of minutes further. All right. Okay, now let's guess which one is this. It's okay if you are not able to refer to the, the Padlet theme page. Just guess. It's fun to just think about your own thinking. So which one do we think is this? You see, 4th March, and then 1st and 3rd March, and then 24th and 26th Feb. So it's kind of timelined backwards. So what thoughts are coming up in the chat?
Yeah, so we have a winner. Guess. We have a winner, if I'm pronouncing the name correct, Chia. And that's timelines. Subhashini ma'am also said timeline. So I think
timeline, bingo, correct. So, awesome. There was an event called student-led conference where students had to, plan their projects and present it to parents. So we created a timeline and we said by this date, you have to finish this. So again, back in your family, to your child, or maybe to your team, you can plan this and just give it to your team so that they know that, oh, report card is happening on this day. We have submissions, we have deadlines. So, timeline is really useful for that. Okay, this is another way how I use timeline, where events were put in an order, in a random order, and they had to put it in an chronological order. So again, they enjoyed doing that. They worked in a group. So there was a lot of collaboration happening amongst children, and they loved this timeline theme as well. Now, this is, guess which one am I talking about? Now I think you're going to be a little more clear as to what is the difference between the different Padlets that we're talking about. Any guesses? Any guesses?
Let's see. We are waiting for answers. And
okay.
Oh, somebody said Canva.
Okay.
Let us
So
see.
this is the wall, because you see the thoughts are put next to each other, whereas, and these are random. All right. So I cannot decide where Trisha has to put her thought, where Mayur has to put her thought. There are no shelves in this. Okay. So this is a random wall theme where when a child submits the answer, they all go random here and there on the Padlet. They are not arranged in a particular shelf.
Okay,
Yeah,
we got a lot of answers saying wall. So I think now it's
okay,
easy to
now we're
relate
getting
to
it
what it
clear.
is. Yes.
All right, that's nice. Okay, this is another example of the wall. Like, we just randomly threw a question to them and we asked them, hey, we had Neve who had come in and talked to us. So what do you think about his work or whatever he shared? So, guest speaker reflections, or if you think there is a team meeting and you want team responses for it. So I think this wall is very, very simple to create. Okay, now this is another one which is so interesting. I just love using this in my class. Any guesses? What is this?
So maybe can you switch back to the types of Padlets? Because we forgot the names.
I'll have to go back. Okay, wall, timeline, and then we had shelf. Then we had say maps. Then we also had canvas.
Okay. Yeah, canvas looks great. Awesome.
Canvas, that's right. Actually, sorry, I clicked it, but canvas is right. You see how my children had shared their questions and their answers. So you see the white ones, they color coded it as questions, and their answers are all in colored post-its. So, and then they could connect which post-it is connected to which question. Which was so amazing later on when they explained, oh, this answer is related to two questions. So it really helps us to build connections. So I think collaboration was very difficult when I had to actually connect their thoughts, and Padlet gave me just a wonderful canvas option where they themselves could connect, not I, but they themselves could connect their thoughts. So this is really an amazing tool as an educator that we have now. Okay, the next one is very simple to identify. I'm sure the chat must be full by now with the guesses. Guys, this is the most easiest one to guess because here we're talking about maps. So, we actually can have Google Earth, the entire Google Map, sorry, not the Google Earth, but the entire Google Map can be just synced into this. So we had an activity where we were talking about a lot of things, and I asked them to, pinpoint at the location where it is located. So in class, when you're doing geography, maybe, I think this is an amazing tool. Or you're getting to know your children in the beginning of the year. Hey, is this child from a particular place? We don't know. Where are you right now? So this is really helpful. And here, this is the most interesting one again, which that my student had created to just have conversation between some of us. Okay. And this is this in the chat, Miss Reshma? Is this in the chat? Back channel.
Back channel.
If it is not, then I request all of you to just go back onto your Padlet sheets and just check for this, because it is an amazing tool to have conversations with the children. If in case, suppose there is some behavioral issue between maybe two children and you want them to have a conversation while you're there, you can share a Padlet with them and they can have a conversation, they can sort it out. So private conversations are very, very easy with back channel Padlets. All right. Okay, so now let's move on to some action. Let's start actually exploring all of these options that you have now come across. So this is all that I took you through. I didn't get an example of the grid. I'm sorry, I missed it. So any thoughts about it? Just try creating. It's very simple. It's just similar to wall, but it arranges the thoughts in rows and columns. So when we want to collect some parents feedback, we want it to look more professional, so we use the grid option where the thoughts are actually arranged in rows and columns neatly. So yeah. Okay, so let's start exploring these options. So this is the option we've already checked, make a Padlet. And this next one is join a Padlet. Now suppose if I want to join a Padlet, which the link that has been already shared with me. So I click that, I put that over here, and I can join over here. Okay. Gallery. Now this is an option where if you choose to share your Padlet with the entire world, then this is the place for you to go and check, or you can just see how people have been creating Padlets, what options have they been using, how they have been doing. All right. So gallery is that. I talked about upgrade earlier as well. Okay. Now coming to recents over here, you would see the recent the Padlets that you have used. Okay. Made is where you have made those Padlets. Okay, so now if suppose I have created those, I want to share this, so I copy the link here and I share the link directly with students, with my friends, and whomever I want to. Archive the Padlet, it would archive and it would hide it, and you would see that over here. Okay, if I want to unarchive it, I unarchive it, and then I see it here again. Okay. Shared. Now the Padlets that has been shared by someone else to me will be seen over here. So this happens usually between me and my assistant teacher. Sometimes she creates a Padlet, she shares it with me and wants me to share it with students. There are a lot of things that happens in a class. So this is where you would find the Padlet that your assistant teacher or your co-teacher, anybody who has shared with you. Now liked are the ones that I have liked it. Suppose there's a shared one, I can go on to that Padlet and then click on the like button over there, which I'm going to show you where. So you see over here this little heart. So when I click on this liked button, it will show me over here in liked. So you see that came up here. Okay, I showed you the archived one. You can also organize your Padlets. I know the basic one just allows you to create 3, but just in case, if you look at my school account Padlets, you would see the number of Padlets that I have been creating for my students. You see, now it really becomes confusing when I want to pick something from a particular topic. So I need to just put them in folder and keep myself ready for a class or for any meeting that I want to go further with. Okay, any questions popping up so far? Are we good, Reshma ma'am?
Yeah, looks like everybody is excited to start working on the Padlet.
Hooray. So, okay, so I'm quickly just going to share this with you all in like 2 minutes, and I'm going to show you how you're going to respond. Okay, you saw that plus sign, you see this plus sign, you click on the plus sign. Now so if you are logged in, you don't need to enter your name, but if you are not, you can write down your name, and you can just write down, hello, I am from so and so school. And then you just say something about how you're feeling, and then you can just click on done. Okay, but then suppose, oh no, I think I need to attach something, so you can just okay, I need to edit it, so I click on this edit option, and then I can again go and edit it. Okay, full stop. Suppose I need to upload something, so I click on this, and then I pick a file from my account, and then I upload something over there. If suppose I want to attach a link from the internet and share it with the students, like how in the earlier examples you saw, I've been sharing book links with them, YouTube links, a lot of links, these days, some newspaper article maybe, or anything that you would like to share with them, just click on that and you can share. So there were times when actually me and my co-teacher used to create slides where we want students to respond. So you can just go onto the slide, you just paste that link over here, and your children can access it from here. Okay, you can easily search from internet images, you can search for GIFs. This has been my students' favorite part. You can attach YouTube links. Yeah,
I can also completely relate. GIFs are my favorites too. So
yeah, I've been seeing you using it as well.
Yeah.
Then you can attach a Spotify link. So this is a new feature that has come in. Now you can attach maybe a playlist. There are music lessons. Maybe if there are some specialist teachers over here and you want to attach a Hindi song or maybe something from Spotify or a podcast, maybe you can do that. You can search anything from the web and you can attach the link over here. Okay. Then the most amazing part is that, you can on the spot, like I used to ask children to solve a particular question and they used to immediately click a picture and directly share it with me over here. So this was one of the most important and very convenient. You just click a picture. So they capture their picture with their work and then it's just done. They used to love grayscale. So they used to do that and just save it, So this is how even you can do that. Like when you are introducing, you can do that. I just wanted to show you this. That is why I deleted it. You can again see that there are so many amazing options. They can again upload something that's there on their computer. They can go to the camera, video record. So not just photographs. They can, so suppose there's a student who doesn't want to write, maybe, we look into so much of differentiation in our elementary school. With higher graders, definitely not. But yeah, for smaller kids, we do. So suppose there's a kindergarten child and you want the child to sing a rhyme. So video record karo and just share it over here. That's so amazing. And parents are very happy doing that. Audio record, chalo bachche ko shy feel ho raha hai, don't want to do video record, theek hai bhai, awaaz bhej do. They can even do screen recording. And I think as a team, this was really useful for my tech experts, for my tech integrators to share how do I log into an account or how do I access a particular website. They used to screen record the entire procedure and just share it over here while we are doing our planning for the entire unit. So that really worked well on the Padlet. Location sharing, I think this is again amazing. As I said, you want to know where your students are. You can ask them to share locations. Drawing. Now, this is something really amazing. You want students to quickly just write an answer and upload. You ask them to just write the answer and save it over here and it's done. I think the most fun part with this was where we asked students to create thank you cards for our teachers, before we were going off. And they were so amazing. They really enjoyed creating cards, draw on this whiteboard. You can turn it into a blackboard and then, do a lot of experiments on this as well. In case there's an art teacher who want to share an art piece, maybe want to draw something, I think it really helps a lot. Then again, links, image search, GIFs. I love GIFs, so I was just looking out for some and I looked out for happy and yay, okay, let me attach this. Okay. So, Reshma ma'am, maybe you could share this link with them.
I'll
on
do
the
that.
chat and just experiment, everybody, and let me know if you are able to respond. Just add a little introduction, maybe try using a different feature that we've explored and just write something about yourself and upload it yours. In case you have any questions, just let me know. If you're stuck.
Yes, Dimple, there is a question like if on the same screen, you can just show them again where they can find all these options, like settings or
sure. Just everybody just go on to plus. See, I see some of you responding already. So as a teacher, I know my students are working. So I clicked on that plus sign and then you see over here below. these 3 dots are where you'll find all of the options, but आपको सब नहीं explore करना है. You only want to add a GIF. You go on to the search, you search for the GIF and you add it. So these
perfect.
3 dots.
Yeah. So they need to click the plus sign and then only they can see all these options.
Yes. The plus sign. If in case you wish to delete it and rewrite, I think you can delete the option for the delete post is also there.
Yeah, there are comments saying that they have used Padlets, but you have shown them so many options that are available. They have never explored
Lovely. I see someone from Malaysia. That's nice.
Yeah, we have educators from all around the world, like
that's nice.
From Philippines.
Guys,
from
it will
Malaysia.
be great if you could use the location tool then.
Perfect. Yeah. And is annotation possible on somebody else's Padlet? Like, can a student edit somebody else's Padlet?
Yeah, they may not be able to edit someone else's response, ma'am, but they can definitely comment. So now suppose I am in a session and now that you've brought it up, I want children to comment on each other's posts. So you see, I go on to my modify over here. So there's this settings option. I go on to modify and then I go down. So you see these, I can actually, create one according to mine. So display author name, I click on yes. So see, those who have logged in, I can see their names up there automatically. I allow them to comment. So see, again, the comment option has come up for everybody. So they can, maybe just comment on each other's thoughts. Hey, even I think what you are thinking about. Now here, there are these options like the post, vote, star, and grade. So if suppose I really like what I want children to like each other's post. Suppose that it's a greeting card Padlet. So I want them to like their post. But if I want them to vote for each other, suppose, they have written down some thoughts and whether you like their thoughts or you don't like their thoughts. So it could be a vote up or down. Stars, I could give them stars where children could rate, like peer feedback. So what do you think about this work that has been posted? Suppose they have written a paragraph, they've posted, so children can give stars from 1 to 5. So you see, this keeps changing. This will keep changing. So you see, votes, like, so you can like each other's. You as students, they can even grade, So give numeric points. So if you don't want each other to grade, you tell children not to grade and teacher can grade them out of 100, out of 10, 20, whatever. So for now, maybe we could go ahead and like each other's posts. So this is the modify section.
And how many students can participate at the same time?
That was N number of students. There's no limit to that.
That is amazing, because some of the teachers are saying that they have like 100 people, 100 students in their classroom, then it shouldn't be a problem, right?
No, there's no limit to how many can respond in a particular Padlet. And there is, you can see over here the share option. So now I'll just show you one thing important, and then I know you guys have been waiting to create your own, just like how I might have got restless. Okay, now we've got it. But this is really important. Just be with me for a couple of minutes. So when this area on top right hand side where you see your logo over here, this is really important when you're creating a Padlet. Okay, so you see yourself over here, and there are some things that about your account which you don't need to disturb until and unless you want to delete your account. Okay, here you see info. Now since I have created this Padlet, these options from modify to delete is not seen to you. So if everybody want to just try that out, you would see these options under these 3 dots, but you would only see them until print. Okay, below ones, because I have created the Padlet, I can see it. So info about the Padlet, help, unlike, because I have liked it. So if you like it, you please click on the like button, up the hearts over there. You can also remake it. Now, there was once where, we planned for a unit 5, and then suddenly we came up, hey, no, let's finish with a unit 6 first and then do a unit 5. So when we came and started doing a unit 6, we were like, oh, let me just recreate what we had done for unit 5 planning and have a unit 6 Padlet ready. So you can click on remake and it will remake whatever you are using right now. Okay. So you can always do that. Let me take you back. Invite people. So when you click on invite people, the other person needs to be on the Padlet account for you to type. Like if I look out for my I can see her. But if I just search for random, maybe Reshma ma'am, so I might not find that. I might have to add the email, the entire email, to save it for the first time. Okay. So add members is clear. Now here is the most important thing as an educator you need to remember. Okay. Now here, as a school, we do not share our school Padlets with public. Okay. We keep them private. So we want to keep them private, we keep on private, or you can also keep it secret, how I've just done. So when you go on to the gallery, like how I showed you earlier, here you won't be able to see my Padlets over here, because in the settings I have kept it as secret. Okay. Members only would change the settings to keep the Padlet hidden from the public, and only logged in users can access this Padlet. So only members whom I have added into the list of add members, you remember the earlier one where I showed you add members? So then this Padlet is seen only by those. Okay. So please, as educators, when we are with students, we just need to be very mindful whether as a school we are given that liberty to make it public, or keep it just within our school organization. And here is the option where I want people to just read my Padlet. I don't want them to respond to it, or they can write on it, or they can even edit. So like me and my co-teacher often give each other edit options, because just in case I am presenting, I want my to go back and quickly change. Oh, I forgot to ask them to add comments. So she quickly goes back and changes the settings from here, and then modifies it. So there. So she modifies it, and then she just changes everything for me, and I just ask children to just refresh their Padlets, and it's done. So that's really important. Change format. Now you see I have used the wall format over here. Okay, I can easily change it to a stream. So when I click on stream, my Padlet would change into a stream. Okay, see, one by one. So you can do that in between the session as well. So you don't need to wait until everybody's responded or something. It can happen immediately while the session is on with students. Okay, so that's the beauty of Modify. You can even change formats in between.
And Dimple, sorry.
Yes.
Sorry to interrupt you, but we have a great question here that as a teacher, can we delete or edit any inappropriate content or anything that the students might have added?
Yes, definitely. So thank you for bringing that up. I was just going to come down to that. You see over here, filter profanity, replace bad words with nice emojis. So if you think, oh, I'm dealing with grade 9 kids and they might write something that is inappropriate, you just keep this on, and any bad word or anything inappropriate would just change into an emoji. Okay. But however, if you think, no, I don't trust this group, especially the group that is coming in. So what I can do is I click this, I check over here and require a moderator to approve. So now all the posts that might be coming up would pop up. Can you type in something, I would say, Ms. Reshma or Dr. Varya on this Padlet, so that they could actually see how a teacher would see a pop-up after this. Let me just refresh my Padlet once.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and add something. Yeah.
So now I've changed my, you can do that in between the session also. So, okay. That was really a nice question. I think I missed that, talking about that. So thanks.
Yeah, because as an educator, we come across these things which are very important for us.
Definitely.
So I'm just trying to add an image.
Okay. Okay, you see over here, it has come to me for an approval.
Interesting. Yeah, I love this fact, because sometimes you really need to approve before it is posted in public to all your students.
Definitely. And when I take assessments, I would just want to bring this up, that when I take assessments, my question is typed here in this introduction bar, and I wait until everybody's responded. You know, I don't approve their work until I see everybody's response. So till then, children actually don't know the answer. So they are all waiting, you know, back doing something else. So see, I see now people are just uploading something. So until I approve it, and I can delete it if I think, oh, this is something not relevant. So, okay, see, now I see Renu. Thank you for, she's trying to type again. So even though I had approved, maybe I've asked her to rework on something, or a student to go back and check, I can delete their post from here. So their work is gone then. They'll have to redo it. As an educator, I can even ask them to change the color of their post-it, transfer a post to another Padlet. Suppose my student has responded in a wrong Padlet, you know, not this one, but I asked you to choose the other one. So then I can just transfer this post. Oh no, just go back onto the feedback one and post it there. I don't need to tell children. Maybe my assistant could do that, or one of us could do that for children while they're doing it. So there's another one where you can copy the post. So children can actually copy the post as well. So, and ta-da, we are done. So now I know, let me run through all of this. Now, thinking time. Before we end this, any new learning, any new thoughts? I know I wanted you guys to be engaged with me. So I've done this. Miss Reshma, if you think they should be just adding some thoughts over here, kindly share this Padlet link with them.
Perfect. I'll do that.
This slide. Yep.
And I even see from the student's point of view, Dimple, that I can save it as an image. I can save it as a PDF file, as well as I can share it in the Google Classroom right itself, right?
Yes, definitely. You can do that. Yes.
So just like you said that we can add the students, if we integrate it directly to our classrooms, I don't think we even need to do that. Correct. So the roster is automatically connected, and the Padlet only goes to the invited students from our classroom.
Yes, definitely.
That's wonderful. Like a lot of insight into what goes behind creating Padlets.
All right. Okay. So this is something that must have come to you all. If in case you think, oh, this is too much to do, no issues. I just thought, let's try to share some connections that I know some of you have already used it. What was new to you that you think? If you think you want to add on to this reflection Padlet, otherwise just go ahead and explore Padlet. You know, I really want you all to start exploring it, because the more you try doing it is where more questions would come in. And then those questions might come into this Padlet, because now Padlet is more interesting than the chat, right? Do we agree? What do we think?
I think everybody agrees to the fact that it is an amazing tool for collaboration, and you have put it in front of us so easily, and like you let others explore how the students' view is, how the students will be able to access it. So that's wonderful.
Thank you. So I want everybody to just try it out now. I am really in love with this Padlet tool, and I want you guys to do the same. Just try it out, and if there are any queries, any thoughts, just let us know, and we'll give them some time.
Yeah.
Yes,
there's a quick query from the chat that do students also have an option to save with themselves?
Yes, I think Miss Reshma just tried seeing that. Actually, I have created these, so I actually cannot show you the student view of it. But if you could just
Yeah,
talk about
so
it, Reshma ma'am.
yeah, just like the link that you are working on with Dimple ma'am. So if you
Yeah.
go on that and click on those 3 horizontal dots, as a
Yes.
student, you will be able to see a few options. One of them is share or embed. So you can even embed it in your website or wherever you want. And then there is an option called as export. So the export option,
Sure.
when you click on it, you have a lot of options there. Like you can get the QR code, so you don't even have to have the link, or copy it to QR, save as image. We have save as PDF, CSV file. We can even save as an Excel spreadsheet. So a lot of options from the students' view also. So probably if they are working on some kind of a project, they can come up with a final output right from their side as well.
Sorry guys, my bad. Miss, I could just see it over here when you said, embed or share. That's where then it clicked me. Oh, it's here for me as well.
Yeah.
I just missed it, just it's there here, guys. Even if you have created it, I'm so sorry. It's there over here. You can embed it, you can email, share on Facebook, share on Twitter, share on Google Classroom, image, PDF, as Reshma ma'am mentioned. Yes, all of these options are there for students as well.
So,
yeah,
go ahead, Dr. Arya.
Indeed, a brilliant session, Dimple ma'am, and it was really great learning the Padlet tool thoroughly with you. The way you are incorporating it in your class or with your students, the way you have been, creatively sharing it with your students, the way we learned from you. I mean, it's really a very good tool that we have learned from you, and moreover, what we have learned is the enthusiasm with which you have explained to us. We can understand how students would be loving you as a teacher. The way you're learning new topics with these creative tools. So
thank you so much.
Kudos to you. Kudos to your spirit of a teacher in you, and 3 cheers for you for that.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, sir. I enjoyed being your student, Dimple. It was fun to explore Padlet with you. And thank you for all the audience. I think, if we see the Padlet, there are a lot of things coming in, and our audience was also very, very supportive and participative. So thank you so much.
For this.
I would also love to have some more sessions with you regarding Padlet or some other tool that you use in your class.
Sure, I would love to. I would love to. Definitely. Maybe an Apple session would be great. That would be like a brush up to me as well.
Great,
awesome.
Great.
Let's see how it goes. But I'm really looking forward to everybody applying what you guys have learned. So guys, just feel free to share some thoughts on this last Padlet that I'm sharing. It really serves a lot of good reasons that we were here together as collaborators. So please fill in this Padlet, the last Padlet link, Reshma ma'am, that you could share with everybody, where you could share your feedback, share your aha moments, that, oh yeah, I really enjoyed this part of the session, or it was really amazing. Just bear with me for another 2 minutes, and I'm gonna play. I don't know how many of you love this, but I really love this song. Can I go ahead, Reshma ma'am?
Yes, please.
Yeah, we would love to have a nice song playing.
Okay, guys.
That's my favorite song
much.
also.
Yeah. Oh, lovely.
So I've shared another. Yeah, I've shared another Padlet link that Dimple ma'am shared. Go ahead, put in your thoughts, and I think they can even do it afterwards, right?
Yes, definitely.
They already started popping in.
Yeah.
So even if you are not able to do it right now, you can always access this Padlet link later and make sure that you fill in this Padlet. And we would love to display it or send it out to you on the emails that you registered with GGAP session. Yes. So we cannot hear the song, Dimple ma'am, but we can see you enjoying the song.
Oh, is it? Why so?
Because I think you just need to take off your headphones and plug them out.
Oh, okay. Now? Okay. Okay, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend.
It was indeed a wonderful session with Dimple ma'am over here. And thank you, Dimple, for joining us with GGFE. And yes, last words from Reshma. Let's conclude the session.
Yes, absolutely. And thank you so much, Dimple ma'am. And just to let you guys know, we have already discussed about GG APAC session that is coming up next weekend. So I am the language lead for Marathi session, and Dr. Waria is the language lead for Gujarati session. I will be sharing the registration links. If you would like to present next week for GEG APAC in specific languages, do reach out to us, fill in the registration form. It is going to be a very big platform because all the countries in Asia Pacific region are participating in this summit. So, and this is regional specific. So we have all the languages wherever GEGs are and language leads. We would love to host you and in specific languages, basically with Google Tools. So I'll share the links to you all. And I've already pasted the feedback link for this session. So is there anything more, Dr. Waria?
Yeah, that's fine. We had a wonderful time with Dimple ma'am, and it's really an interesting session. So see you all on next Saturday with GG APAC sessions. And that will conclude our session. Okay, then everyone. Bye.